Hello, Libra. This is a reading for Libra Sun, Moon, and Rising for 2025 overview. We're looking at the sky from the lens of the four biggest things you must know about for the year ahead based on astrology. I'm using the Western Tropical Zodiac, and my name is Lori Lothian. This 20 to 30 minute little quickie with you guys is a part of a longer story that's 2 hours long. So that's my 2025 individual signs readings that are for sale in my description box below. The reason those 2 hour videos are for sale is they're my fundraisers in order for me to buy a ring light and get my time stampers and video editors hired and help get people to help me with the channel. So if you want to support this channel every year, this time of year, I have my fundraiser. If you missed the early bird sale, the pre-production sale, it's back on as a little, not the same cheap price that was once in a lifetime, but we have a happy holidays, ho, 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 New Year's sale on as well. And you can get the content at a discount now through to about middle of January. So check out the description box below for information on how to buy your sign or the All Signs bundle for 2025. Libra, let's get talking about career for sure. Job, career changes are on your horizon. There's no two ways about it. And you may have some superior improvements in health, as well as golden opportunities coming through financially in unexpected ways, not so much connected to your earnings, but chunky money. Let's break it down, Libra, and see how it goes. Number one, I'm going to go for 4, and I'm going to show you the sky. Number 1 is Mars. Let's talk Mars. I want you to time travel. I want you all the way back in time to 1977. That would be this fall, like September of 77 through to June of 1978. If you could remember your life then, ask yourself, what was I doing when it came to work? Career matters, especially career, reputation, and work. Now, that's all 10th house words I just gave you. It's your visible actions in the world. This is not just a day job at Starbucks. This is the thing you call your purpose, achievement, success, and career. And as we begin the year, when we're on January the 3rd, Mars will be over here in your 11th house of great gains, and he will be opposite Pluto around January 3rd and again on April 27th. And there may be some big intensities going on between a push-pull to do what you love and to make the money you make already, or you may have a blowout with a friend or a romantic partner, and watch out for that, especially with romantic love partners. Big blowouts January 3rd. However, that's not the most important story. For me, what matters for you is this: Mars in Cancer. How long? OMG long. Let's go back in time. Close your eyes and remember September the 4th and go all the way through to November the 4th. In those 2 months, Mars was moving in direct motion through your 10th house of career and reputation. But then he moved into Leo. And then on December 6th, he turned retrograde. And then here on January 6th, he comes back to your 10th house. What does it mean? It kind of indicates that you want to go full bore, full steam ahead in some kind of career objective. Now, career, reputation, achievement, success on steroids, and you're blasting forward breathlessly, trying to keep the pace, September, October. And it could be the work environment, that you're currently in, or maybe you're pursuing like job applications and hunting for a job and passionately trying to find the right job. But whichever it is, then Mars said, he got into the house of, social groups, belonging, gains from the career, and he decided to go back. He forgot something. He forgot it in your 10th house. He wants to go back and redecide, revision, but Mars's action, Mars's decisions, we don't move forward without momentum and motive. Mars is both of those, including will and willpower. And so with Mars here, he may be saying to you, and we're talking a long time, so pay attention. He may say January the 6th to April the 18th. We are figuring it out. We're getting what we need to know which direction to go in our career. Mars likes to cut, end, and sever, and you could quit your job. You may retire. You may change your job. There will be changes. Now, Mars, he's a funny bugger because he retrogrades until February 23rd. And so you're still pondering the past, particularly October. You can consider January 6th to February 23rd reinvestigating the actions and decisions and things that were going on in your career during the month of October. February 23rd, however, he ends his retrogradation, and at 17 degrees of Cancer, he goes into direct motion. And so from that time frame of February 23rd, he is saying February 23rd through to April 18th, we are brave, bold, daring. We are action taking and deciding what we want in our career. Is it time to change jobs, change careers, quit the job? Is it time to dedicate with drive and passion and ambition yourself to the task at hand in the job that you currently have? Whatever you're doing, it's ready for you, February 23rd to April 18th. Before then, especially as he retrogrades through to February 23rd, slow down. Do not take action and make massive life-changing decisions regarding career and purpose, because in retrogradation, he will have you change your mind now or have to redo the decision. In Mars retrograde, anytime he goes through the 10th house, old colleagues, bosses, people from your past that had something to do with the theme of Mars in Cancer. They may have been very passionate, emotional, intense colleagues or coworkers or bosses from the past may come back, or jobs that you quit or walked away from in the past could return to you, or areas of employment or creation of career success from the past could come back to you. January 6th to February 23rd. But my best advice for you is do not make a decision yet, or don't take bold action yet in career matters until February 23rd to June. To April the 18th. And then the 2 months that follow, mid-April to mid-June, he's amplifying your career gains, paring down your friendship circles, and all of that. But that's in my deep dive video, so go watch that instead, my 2-hour video. Now, the second thing, drum roll, number 1 was watch out for Mars as the year begins. Oh, by the way, he's out of bounds, means he's like not controllable. So you have an uncontrollable, radical, it could be, emotionally berserker, but out of control, radical Mars. And now if you're employed and the boss is an asshole, you might just be feeling, oh my God, my boss is an asshole, excuse my language, and you might be feeling under the energy of a berserker colleague or boss, just gonna be like, ugh, this sucks. And that is, again, January, February, March into mid-April. But on the other hand, if you're making decisions and actions in your career before the direct motion and he's retrograde and he's out of bounds, you could be flying off the handle. You could be losing it. You could be emotionally overwrought, and you can make a decision based on emotion that doesn't serve you. So really be careful. If you do want to leave your job, fine, but wait till after February 23rd. Go out and don't burn your bridges is what I'm suggesting. Job, career, purpose, direction in life. All right. We're going to talk number 2. Drum roll, please. Boom, 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 boom. I mentioned that you have some job changes. It's not just Mars in your 10th house. All right. Not just that. It's this. This is an amazing part of your sky. There is 2 things we're going to talk about here. Number 1, this is 2 points, but you'll see what I mean. Number 1, you're going to experience a not seen since 1877 combining of Saturn with the North Node here. That would be a difficult circumstance, except that Venus is also conjunct, and this is all in the last week of April. The last week of April brings a triple conjunction of an exalted Venus, Saturn, and North Node in the house of work. Work, career, sometimes pets, sometimes rental situations. But let's go with the basic meaning of service, work, employment. This is a big energy. It's bona fide. It's exalted Venus. It brings something good. Saturn says lasting, enduring. Saturn says authority and mastery. Venus says exaltation of money or reputation or success. And the North Node is expanding you there. So this can be an expansion in the work environment, some luck. Can increase your health in a very fated, destined way. Saturn is the chronicator. If you've been having health challenges since he entered into your 6th house, or if your moon is in Pisces, your Satisate, this could turn around any health challenges you've been experiencing ever since 2023 March. And now we can have some kind of Venus blessing for amplification of positivity in a house of sickness and health matters. But this is also work matters, the job work story, right? And we see this beautiful thing. Mars did a reboot of your 2nd house of money and earnings back in November 17, 2023, add 2 years. So by the fall of 25, he wants you to change the way you make money. And you can see that this blessing, this triple conjunction is helping you do that. So many Libras will change their way of making money. A new job, a new career path, a new direction will like to emerge for you in the next, well, anytime next year, but particularly active in the last week of April. Look for those blessings. Now, also, that's number 2. Number 3, I'm jumping into the future here, but on September the 7th, there is a total lunar eclipse in your work house. Total lunar eclipse, indicating a major destined change and fulfillment, completion, or ending in a work environment, or the opening into a revelation in which you can see the path forward for a new career and job path. This full moon eclipse is happening on the 7th of September, total lunar eclipse, blood moon eclipse at 15 degrees of Pisces. It's going to activate or awaken or open up the door. An anaretic Saturn, 29 degrees, means completions and endings and fulfillments at the critical last degree of the sign. If you haven't left a job or career path yet, you probably will up to a month before the September 7th eclipse and up to 6 months after. On the other hand, you've always wanted a pet, you may get one off of the big total fulfillment of a desire eclipse in the house of domestic animals and pets. So that's positive. And if you're looking for a superior rental property and you want to rent your home out or become a tenant of a really amazing place, moon means, of course, lunar means energy to do with home and its fulfillment and its completion. So maybe a change of home, but you're looking at the eclipse in September and it could play all the way through up until 6 months after lunar eclipses can roll out that long. That was number 3. I want to say one more thing about the 6th house. If you hold any debt and you need to pay it down, credit cards or something that's bothering you, you can do that with this eclipse. So the eclipse can unfold, same with the last week of April, same with the September eclipse at 6 months. Some kind of destined expansion, change, orientation to maybe relieving yourself of financial debt. Now with Algol, the well star, and Uranus back and forth in your 8th house, through to like July of 2025, right? And back again later on in the fall, there's an indication that you could definitely make a change in your financial structures. And it can be very exciting. Like it kind of like, wow, that was like, I can't believe that just happened. Unexpected inheritances, unexpected tax rebates, unexpected chunks of money that you don't directly earn under an income shared with others can come your way. And maybe your partner's money, not just yours. Your long-term committed love partner may have resources coming into their life that support you in an unexpected way. And that could also free you up for, changing your job, changing your work. Now, the last thing I want to talk about, number 4, Pisces, is that you are going to have the last eclipse Libra. Did I say Pisces? Libra, the last eclipse in your 7th house. The 7th house is your marriage house, your long-term committed love stories, your business partners, your audience and marketplace. And if you go back to 2023, April, and then April 2024, and now March the 29th of 2025, these are solar eclipses with the North Node in your 7th house, except that wasn't always with the North Node. So if you go back to 2023, the eclipse that happened at 29 Aries involved in a North Node in the 8th house of chunky money and loans. And you might have gotten a bank loan. You might have got money from your family of origin. You might have gotten money through your partnerships in business or through your outreach to audience and clients, just like, bonus sales packages and stuff. So that was more money and clients, money and my significant other. Money and legal contracts. The eclipse of 2024, total solar eclipse, embedded a conjunction to Chiron and was all in Aries. And here is the deal. Since 2019, Libras have a Chironic wound in the house of long-term committed love. So you may have had some turbulence in your marriage, or you may have not found your one, or the ones you found, they were wounded. You're with the wounded partner. Something's wrong in their life. They have to heal something. However, that eclipse is still playing out until March of 2025. And then March 29th of 25 is the last eclipse here. And you are going to let go of this chironic wound about self and other. All of you Libras have codependency issues half the time, or you can't find the balance between self and other. You're working hard to find that balance between what you need and want and what you should be helping or doing with another person and helping them in their life. Certainly you don't like to upset the apple cart, and you prefer everything to be calmly discussed in a kind of harmonious way, but it doesn't always work that way. And eclipses can catalyze dramatic changes in your life, long-term love relationships. And if you're single, bring in a destined long-term love partner. So this eclipse is going to be happening in the sky at 9 or 10 degrees of Aries, right over here. And the one thing I want you to know about it is that the North Node is in the 6th house. Now, 6th house can be a dating house. And so if you're looking for love as a Libra, and you're on your own, sun or moon, sun, moon, or rising, mostly rising and sun, it'd be more likely to be true. You could find yourself in a new relationship coming off the house of dating. 6th house precedes commitment and connected to something fresh and new, and also helping to heal that chironic wound around long-term commitment and love. So that's not too shabby. Even with that late April triple conjunction, that's a dating house. And it could be a destined new relationship that can go the distance. Saturn is distance lasting, enduring, and Venus is love. So you could definitely see that happening. And with Neptune moving into your 7th house, you begin to look for that soulmate. And that's going to be a story that really shows up at the end of March through to October, where new love must bring in the mystical, the magical, the big love, the enchantment, the soulmate vibe, the twin flame, you know. But what else could happen here? An eclipse in the 7th house could have you fracture a legal agreement around work, because the 7th house are the contractual agreements under which we are hired, any kind of legal vow or contract. And it's also the legal contracts around committing to a love story. Any of these eclipses could have broken up a love story that already exists, and this last one is no different. But because there's a node in the house of work, it's also a possibility that you could break your contracts or agreements around work. And I don't mean just retire from a job, but rather you'd committed to the work, you were going to do the work, and now you're going to say, I break my agreements. And if that happens off of this eclipse, which is, you know, important, right? It's going to change, a destined change in your relationship to your work through the agreements you've made or business partnerships you've made. That fracturing happens in a way that you have no control over, because North Node eclipses are literally out of your control. And so it could also be the contract is fractured by your employer or your boss, and they decouple you from that job or work situation. And you're going to have that occur anytime between March the 29th, up a month before and up to a year after. So I started this video by saying a lot of this life story for you involves changes regarding work, with a small subtitle about your relationship stuff. Last thing I want to add on here, just as reminding you, the universe is going to give you a happy ending here, because Jupiter, June the 9th of this year to June 30th of 2026. So June of 25 to June of 26, you have Jupiter, Midas touch, golden eggs of prosperity, luck and golden breaks, expansion, success, and goodness in the 10th house of your reputation, social standing, career, achievements, and success stories. So if you do lose a job, or a job loses you, or you quit or they quit you, do not worry. June the 9th through to June of 26, June of 25 to June of 2026, you are golden touch, exaltation in your career, last seen in 2013-14. So take a deep breath, because a lot of you will end up changing your job, changing your career path. I can't see how not. But make those decisions after February 23rd. And that's what I have for you, Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising sign. Don't forget, look at my description box. There's so much you can get from me down there. You know, my Substack column, my Zoom community, my Patreon community where you meet me on Zoom, I should say, my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter. If you want a reading with me, the only way you're going to even know that the spots are open and when they are is to be in one of my communities, Patreon, Substack, or my Cosmic Moonshine newsletter, honestly, readings fill up within a couple hours of opening spots. I'll be opening spots up for February. I think I'm going to open up spots month by month from now on, because otherwise I sometimes want to change my plans and travel. So month by month, I'll be opening spots up, but you want to be aware of when they open up. And there are very few available because I'm not seeing clients as much as I used to. I'm busy teaching instead and working on content for you guys on YouTube. Thanks for listening. Thank you so much, Libra. Have a wonderful Amazeballs 2025.